Displacement is how far are you from where you started, right? Over the course of this lecture, I'm going to move around some, and I'll move back and forth, but I'll probably end up right where I started. So my displacement is 0. And if we were in a lecture hall, I'd be walking back and forth in front of the board instead of behind the board. And I typically walk about, 1,000, 1,500 steps in a typical lecture. But my total displacement and all of that is 0 because I start and stop in the same place. You typically, in a day, you typically do this. You're going to leave your house to go to work. You're going to, let's say you're even flying, right? You're going to fly around. You're going to come back to the same airport. You're going to come back to your house. You're going to end up right where you started. So your displacement is 0, even though you've been all over the place. All right? So displacement is all about how far am I from where I started. All right? Now, the thing most people think of is path length. What path have I gone on? How far have I gone on this path? All right? All right. So another little example, right? In our the next chapter, next week, we'll do 2D displacement. But right now, let's think about it. What does this graph show us right here? You go a certain distance, right? You go a certain distance in one direction. You go back the other direction. And what's your displacement? Your displacement is just that bit right there, right? That is your displacement, all right? It's the total distance from where you started to where you ended up, all right? So as this graph shows, your displacement, your displacement can be positive, your displacement can be negative, your displacement can be all kinds of things. In this one, the displacement ends up being positive, but you could go this direction and then you can go back that direction, all right, and end up with a negative displacement. -1, if this is, say this is 3 and that's -4, and here we had 3 and -2, so this is +1, this is -1. Your displacement depends on, right? Depends on which way you've gone and where you started from.